Top of the morning to ya, and happy St. Paddy's Day. In this episode, I'm gonna review a movie all about the Emerald Isles. Comment below if you like me accent. Hello, world. I'm Chris, aka Mr. FLIXTER. For the St. Patrick's Day episode, I'm gonna review Leap Year. Have you seen Leap Year before? Comment below and we can talk about it.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
It's a romantic tradition.
You gotta know if your man wanted to propose. He'd have done it already. Fact.
According to Irish tradition, a man who receives a marriage proposal on a leap day must accept it. So Anna makes plans to travel to Dublin, Ireland to propose to her boyfriend Jeremy on February 29th. Is this a case of a crazy little thing called luck?
It is leap year, you know. In Ireland, a woman can propose to a man on the 29th of February.
Dad, I'm not going to Dublin.
Will you marry me?
This was all I wanted.
Welcome to my channel. Thank you for clicking on my video. You didn't have to do that, but I appreciate that you did. Here to talk motion pictures.
Mr. FLIXTER.
Well. Hello, world. This is Ursula. You do not have to kiss me because I am Irish. Shocker, I know. Kiss me because I am feline. Loki. Okay. I don't know where to start with this one.
Now you know what you have to do. Burn the house down. Burn them all.
So, before I begin, let's talk about the cast. Amy Adams stars as Anna.
Yes?
Anna,
usually reliable, but here, her character is exaggeratedly clumsy.
I'm really sorry.
And his impatience and entitlement, refusal to wait, overcomplicates simple situations.
No flights until tomorrow. Tomorrow, madam. Tomorrow. Well, no, that's not going to work for me. Look, I'm going to Dublin to propose to my boyfriend on the 29th, leap day.
And makes frustratingly illogical decisions just to drive the plot forward.
Will you ring Dublin International Airport and get them to open a runway, especially for madam, right away?
And her demanding nature make her more off-putting than endearing.
We're going to have to go into jingle.
But I paid for park!
At one point, Anna says,
It's only February 27th. I still have 2 days to get.
so let's stop and think about that for a moment. That makes the timeline even more confusing, because that means she left a couple days prior. So what was her rush at the airport? Why not just, I don't know, wait a day? She could have saved herself so much trouble. So this is where the timeline gets messy in the movie. Her journey includes multiple towns, which means multiple stops, car breakdowns, an overnight stay, or maybe 2, or possibly 3, detours and delays, and quasi-relationship development that feels like several days. So, from this we can gather that the implied duration was 2 to 4 days for this journey. But the available time, based on the...
It's only February 27th. I still have 2 days to get there.
So, this barely fits in to the timeline that's presented. All the stuff. It's not even compressed realistically. Furthermore, if it's already
It's only February 27th. I still have 2 days to get there.
she must have left early enough to have buffer time. Missing that flight wasn't catastrophic. Waiting even one more day might have avoided the entire disaster. Of course, she wouldn't have met Declan, but better writing would have had him written in a better way. You know what I mean? This makes her urgency at the airport feel overblown. The movie wants a multi-day romantic journey, but also a ticking clock for the 29th. These two don't quite align. It doesn't make sense. You see what I'm saying?
Hello, world. It's now a film critic extraordinaire. Finding true love is like a four-leaf clover. It's hard to find, and lucky to have.
Matthew Good plays Declan.
It's a romantic tradition.
It's a day for desperate women trying to trap themselves a man who clearly doesn't want to get married.
His accent's atrocious though.
You gotta know if your man wanted to propose. He'd have done it already. Fact.
He fluctuates between speech rhythms and cadences. It's distracting.
I've got a suitcase called Louis Diddley Eye.
His character is such an obnoxious jerk. He's just unlikable. Like, so unlikable. Like, no redeeming qualities whatsoever.
What are you, the Lucky Charms leprechaun? You will have to kill me before I pay you a dime.
There's an idea.
His comedic timing is off. His line delivery could have been punchier. I just didn't feel the commitment to the role. The duo have no chemistry. Like, at all.
You can deduct the coffee from my bill.
Deduct away. Don't forget to add on for a new pair of shoes. Pukey.
Every interaction feels manufactured rather than organic. It's not heartwarming. It's cold, awkward, and keeps the audience at arm's length because of this.
Put him in the wash, they'll be grand.
Adam Scott plays Jeremy.
They're earrings.
Yeah, a little something to keep your ears warm while I'm in Dublin.
He's fine. As Anna's original boyfriend, he's just written so bland and unattentive. It's the typical wrong fiancé cliche. The original boyfriend is emotionally distant and career obsessed, making it obvious he's not the one.
I think it was Edith from the board. She called me in Dublin probing about our marital status. Can you believe that? I got the message. Married, you're in. Unmarried, you're not.
That's just the start of the cliches in this flick, but we'll get to that. John Lithgow plays Jack, Anna's father.
It is leap year, you know. In Ireland, a woman can propose to a man on the 29th of February.
Dad, I'm not going to Dublin.
It's puzzling to me because he's got like 4th or 5th billing or something like that, and he's only in the movie for like one scene for like 2 minutes. How disappointing. Hope you're watching this movie because of him, because he's not really in it.
They totally never show. Totally.
Directed by Anand Tucker. It was made in a budget of $19 million. It made $32.7 million at the box office. It was shot in and around Dublin, Ireland, and the surrounding counties. A gorgeous setting is the highlight of the film. So, considering the budget, this makes the green screen effects inexcusably bad. For example, the scenes filmed inside cars sometimes stick out like a sore thumb. It's that distracting. TV sitcoms shouldn't look better than theatrically released feature films with multi-million-dollar budgets. That just doesn't make sense to me.
Oh! Ugh, I'm bad at this.
As far as the directing goes, there's some pretty good wide shots to really show off the scenery. But aside that, there's not that much going on. Point and shoot direction, pretty much. It's just not very innovative direction. I've seen Hallmark movies directed better, with lower budgets. What does that tell you?
This is the worst.
Written by Harry Elfont and Deborah Kaplan. The concept is inspired by actual Irish folklore. And if you know me, you know I love me folklore. St. Bridget and St. Patrick are essential figures in Irish tradition. According to folklore, Bridget complained that women had to wait too long for proposals. So, Patrick allowed them to propose every 4 years on February 29th. In some versions, Bridget proposes immediately to Patrick, who declines, but he offers her a gift, originating the idea of a penalty for the refusal of the proposal. There's no actual historical evidence for any of this, like no written documentation. This is why it's widely regarded as folklore. So, that's why it baffles me how much they clearly don't understand or know anything about Ireland whatsoever. Ireland is depicted as some backwoods third world country. WTF? On top of that, the citizens are depicted as uneducated, superstitious alcoholics. It just feels overly exaggerated. Stereotypical, even.
Brides, O'Sheans and maids, they come from Ireland. Oh, come on, she's here, right? Yes, if it's all, it's I too.
That's just me talking, though. I'm 1/3 Irish. But here's an example of the over-exaggeration of how third world this country is in this movie. The scene where Anna plugs in her BlackBerry, which causes the whole village to have a power outage.
There we go.
Why? What's the joke here? Did I miss something?
What the hell was that?
And in another scene, Declan doesn't know who Louis Vuitton is.
It's a Vuitton.
What?
A Louis Vuitton.
Come on. Can I give you a hand getting into the car, Louis? His name's the suitcase. He's a crackpot.
Really?
Really?
The locals spend all their time either in the pub or on the farm. It makes it seem like there's only 20 people in this town, too. In real life, Dingle is a bustling city with a population of around 1,700 residents. It's a world-renowned tourist destination. So, I mentioned before about the wrong fiance cliche. Well, that's just the beginning of the cliches. The script is overloaded with them. It's got opposites attract, enemies who become lovers, forced bonding through travel mishaps, and the city girl who learns lessons in the countryside. Add in the only one bed and the fake marriage scenarios, and it feels less like a fresh story and more like a checklist of rom-com tropes. Cliches can work, but here it just feels like they're just going through the motions. There's no heart to this film. I don't even want to call it a film. What really bothers me is how the movie is geographically inaccurate, treating widely separated Irish landmarks as if they were on a straight path from England to Dublin. Locations like the Cliffs of Moher require significant detours, yet the journey feels seamless. The landscapes also shift unrealistically. They go between regions like Wicklow to Kerry, turning what should be a multi-day crisscrossing trip into one continuous route. Really, you gotta go all over the map to see these places. Well, it's referenced as Ballycarberry Castle in the movie. It's actually called the Rock of Dunamas. But since it was mostly destroyed, the scene is heavily enhanced with CGI. It was a 12th century Norman castle built on a 9th century Christian settlement that was destroyed in the 1600s by the Cromwellian army. The diversion to Cardiff is similarly contrived.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are diverting to Cardiff, Wales.
Wales?
Ignoring closer airports like Shannon or Cork. Just look at this map, and you'll see what I mean. What on earth are you talking about? This highlights the movie's complete disregard for realism. This causes awkward pacing. They travel, insert awkward situation here, and there, and here again, and they travel some more. It's too repetitive.
There's nothing more exhilarating than pointing out the shortcomings of others, is there?
It's full of oddly specific coincidences, too. For example, Anna's boyfriend just so happens to be going on a business trip at the end of February to, you guessed it, Dublin.
A little something to keep your ears warm while I'm in Dublin.
He has no issues getting there. As luck would have it, she's diverted to the small seaside village of Dingle, where she meets Declan.
If you ask me, there's two kinds of people in this world. The people that are Irish, and the people that wish they were Irish.
overall, it's not a case of a crazy little thing called luck. More like the audience not having enough lucky charms to reach the gold at the end of the rainbow. The duo goes through various formulaic levels of annoyance, class warfare, and perpetual, petulant erotic tension. It's got an unfocused plot, with an identity crisis. Furthermore, these two have only known each other for like, what? A few days? Maybe a week at most? And they want to get married to each other? It's just not realistic. The humor aims low, offering little to no laughs. When the toilet humor doesn't work, it goes for sitcom level shenanigans. Or poorly done slapstick. Humor is subjective, sure, but I've seen funnier rom-coms that don't try as hard. I'm looking at you, Hallmark. Granted, it could be argued that the stakes are emotional. Will they find love? Rather than logistical. Will they make it on time? However, the inaccuracy is real. Whether it ruins the stakes really depends on how much the viewer cares about realism versus genre conventions. For me, this creates a confusing timeline, rendering the stakes irrelevant. It's more about comfort and charm than originality. So, if you enjoy familiar tropes, charming leads, and beautiful scenic backdrops, it might work for you. If you're looking for originality and depth, it might disappoint. I know it disappointed me. So, it's not written that well, it's not directed that well. The acting's fine, I guess. But the characters are just so unlikable. I can even see this being offensive to Irish people. Because of the reactionary, patronizing mischaracterization of the culture. It feels like they learned about Ireland by reading the menu at an Irish pub. But not a real Irish pub. An Americanized franchise restaurant owned by somebody not Irish. The reason it bothers me so much is because we're not talking about a fictional place here. This isn't Narnia. This is Ireland. People live there. You could visit if you wanted to. If you could afford it. There's a difference between romanticized settings and caricatures of places. This flick leans hard into the kind of postcard version of Ireland that feels shallow. The movie often feels like it's presenting a simplified, export-friendly version of Irish culture, rather than something grounded in contemporary reality. That's where it crosses the line to feel patronizing. Even if it's not intentionally mean-spirited, it feels that way. And, to be fair, but not dismissive, rom-coms often stylize locations, like Paris and New York City, and Hallmark just had all these movies in all these different exotic locations. But the difference is, some films balance charm with authenticity. This flick leans much more heavily into the broad, outdated imagery of Ireland. This simplifies a real culture into cliches in a way that can feel condescending.
Well. If I were Irish, I would say this puts the charm in charm rock.
Do these people even respect Ireland? Can they even find Ireland on a map? It's right here. If you don't know, now you know. So, There's a scene where Anna tries to reason with cows that sums up the movie perfectly.
Comes as a real shock to find out that you speak fluent cow.
A stubborn, unresponsive mammal, incapable of understanding, is using rationality on a headstrong cow. It's almost more ironic than her stepping on a massive cow pad afterwards. It's true, you know. Crap can happen.
Well. Zero locks will be given from me on St. Patrick's Day this year. Hey, bonsoir. Pas besoin de chez nous. Chez moi all. Do not start with me, BB Kitty. Do not ruin my holiday. I will not do this dance with you. So, in other words, are you saying that I take it up? Yeah. Good grief. Who could not resist good ooh? You know what I say. Keep calm and weapon. Yeah. Well. This is the joy of siblings, I suppose. Zero locks.
So, my official grade for leap year is an extra small popcorn. And remember, it's a comedy of errors, with major errors in the comedy. Until next time, happy St. Patrick's Day! So, until next time,
I'll see you at the movies.
have a great day. Did you know that I'm a film critic for HorrorBuzz.com? You can read my reviews on their website, so I'll leave links below for that.
I've got a suitcase called Lou, diddly I.
What are you, the Lucky Charms leprechaun?